That is tremendous.
Had a lot of people involved in that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just a lot of good things that sort of tells you that we're more than just a competition. We're an organization that does other things as well.
Right, right. But competition's very much a part of it. And it's more than just a beauty pageant.
Absolutely.
Share with viewers, for our both male and female viewers who may not have a lot of past experience with the Miss South Carolina or the Miss America organization, exactly what it's all about, Joe.
Yeah, they come in here and, we have dancers and we have a choreographer that teaches the show and how to dance and what to do and the theme of the show. And of course, this year's pageant theme was State Fair. A lot of energy, a lot of movement, a lot of things going on. And our dance teams are here. They did a great job.
Oh, yeah.
And, all that has to come together in a matter of days once you get into Spartanburg. So everybody sort of steps up to the plate.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to talk to Joey about that next Monday, since he was instrumental in producing the whole thing. And you had, of course, the Miss South Carolina involved in that, and Miss South Carolina team from this past year who were involved, obviously kicking off for the newly crowned Miss South Carolina team in Miss South Carolina.
And Miss America was here for 2 days.
Kirsten Haglund.
And
it was amazing. Yes. She's actually going to come back and be with us next Friday.
Sure.
Right. Just having her in town to interface with the girls is very special.
So I think, it's a family entertainment show that gives an opportunity to bring families together, come in here and see a good, wholesome, clean show that people can enjoy.
What are some of the ways that our viewers could get involved with the Miss South Carolina pageant? Is it volunteering on the local level, or are you ever seeking volunteers up here?
Well, yes, the local level is where to start. I mean, there's a lot of towns that conduct local pageants that volunteers are needed drastically.
Right.
And from fundraising to helping with production to recruit contestants, all of those things are important.
Right.
And so they need volunteers to do that. So it's each town that conducts a local, both teen and miss, whoever wins that comes to the state organization for that competition. And, it's really eureka for a small town when somebody's contestant wins either one of these titles.
Right.
I remember when we had a Miss America by the name of Mary McKnight from the lower part of the state. And when she won Miss America, the newspaper reports that I read that the people down there in that little small town in Manning danced in the streets all night long.
Oh, I bet.
So there's a lot of notoriety that comes with this program.
Yes.
The Miss America organization started in 1921.
1921. Where was that?
It was in Atlantic City.
Right.
And it started all because a group of those businessmen there wanted to expand the Labor Day month of September.
Right.
And so they started a bathing beauty contest.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where the Miss America pageant started.
That's amazing. So it originally kicked off beauty related. It has clearly evolved into much more than just beauty.
Oh, yeah. And then they added talent. And they had the whole gamut of interviews and swimsuit as well and evening wear. So the pageant has evolved into a real showcase of young women from around this country. And South Carolina has been fortunate to have some very qualified and quality young ladies throughout the year participate in this program.
For our viewers that may be in a community that doesn't have a Miss pageant, a local pageant, could you just go over briefly the steps that are involved? Let's say our viewers in Georgetown or in Marion or in Lake City, for instance. I don't know if they have one, or let's say in Dillon County. For our viewers who may not have pageants in their community, what are the ways, how easy is it to get one started, or how difficult is it?
Well, it's not difficult. It's all you need to do is decide you want one and call us or write us, and we will send a team of people there. Our field directors will go in there and meet with a committee.
Good.
And sort of give them the parameters in which you have to operate. And talk about what needs to be done as far as fundraising and
Right.
various levels of competition. And so it's not a difficult process.
Okay.
We try to make sure that these committees are stable and that they come in there with a lot of enthusiasm
Right.
to conduct that pageant, because after all, that young lady that wins it's going to be representing that town or community.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. That's a very good point. If a viewer wants to give a call, if they're thinking about that, is there a good phone number to call the Miss South Carolina organization?
The pageant office at 864-843-9090.
843-9090. MissSouthCarolina.com.
Yep.
There's a great website, a ton of amazing information on there, a lot of the history, a lot of great links to the Miss America organization.
Right.
And the involvements therein. Well, when you think about that, of course, we've heard some folks talk about closed pageants and open pageants. The idea of if you wanted someone to represent, let's say, Miss Georgetown, if it was an open pageant, you could have folks from all over the state.
That's right.
Competing for that.
That's exactly right.
They could also, could they keep it closed
They
or
can
not?
keep it closed if they want to do that. Draw from a certain county or a certain area where that pageant is being held. They can do that. Yes.
Good. So it wouldn't hinder them from being capable of being up here to compete in the Miss South Carolina.
No. And you probably saw when you came into the hall, they got banners hanging around with all the contestants and congratulations, that sort of thing, and very supportive teams come in here to support their contestants. The towns they build up great support teams to come here.
Right.
And it's nice to see that kind of support coming out of especially a small town where a young lady has come up here to compete.
Right. I was amazed last week, Joe, to see the level of interest, not only of family members, but as you say, teams that'll come up here.
Oh, yeah.
They're spending $100, $150 a night to be in a hotel, to pack up there, just to travel up here, whether it's high gas prices or not, coming in from all over the state to be here, to stay in hotels, lots of family, lots of friends. It is really a wraparound of support for these young ladies.
Well, I think one of the things that we're most proud of is the fact that we are the largest scholarship provider of any state pageant in the country.
No.
Yep. We give, each year, we offer $140,000 in cash scholarships where that contestant can take that scholarship she's won and use it in any school where she's attending.
Right.
And then we have about $9 million in in-kind scholarships.
$9 million?
$9 million in in-kind scholarships where the different colleges and universities in the state of South Carolina are offering scholarships to our winners to come and go to school there.
$9 million annually?
No. Totally.
Annually, over the course in kind.
Yeah, in kind. So they offer as high as 4-year scholarships for X number of dollars. They may offer just 2 years of scholarship. But the thing is, it's helping a young lady further her education that otherwise doesn't play sports or doesn't have an opportunity to go to college on an athletic scholarship. So we've seen some young women come into this program that have gone on to be doctors and lawyers and professionals in all phases of business life. And for me, that's probably the most gratifying of it all, to see the success of a young woman who's come through our program, who's been empowered by our program, and who has taken the things that she's learned here, the values and the self-worth that she's learned here, and moved it on into later in her lifetime.
Joe, I heard that $9 million figure last week while I was up here judging. I thought someone had added an extra zero on there. I thought maybe it was $900,000. They got it confused. $9 million of in-kind and more than $140,000 of cash scholarships. That is tremendous.
Well, we're very proud of that, and I think it's a credit to the colleges and universities in this state of what they do in making those scholarships available. In today's times, with the rising cost of education, this is an excellent way to earn some scholarship money.
Joe, what's been the most meaningful aspect for you over the course of your now almost 50 years of personal involvement, since 1972, your 36 years of involvement as the president and chief executive officer of the Miss South Carolina organization? What's been the most meaningful aspect for you as you look back over the last literally almost 50 years of seeing these young women?
The most meaningful thing for me is I've been in this program, and each year that we've been involved, we've grown. When we first started, we were offering $1,500 in total scholarships to our contestants. But now we're able to offer a lot more. And the program has expanded from just, a competition of one pageant, but a competition of 2 pageants.
Right.
And we've put so many other programs in place that have not only given young Palmetto princesses and Palmetto Prince opportunities to grow and understand our program, that come back later and compete. Many of these princesses have gone on to compete in the teen, and some of them have gone on to come and compete on the state level in the Miss Pageant, having gone through our princess program.
Wow.
So we're very appreciative of that, and the values that we instill in them, we think is far above anything else that we could ever offer a young person whose vision or her self-esteem may not be the best, and she comes in here and you give them a little bit of hope and they understand, I am somebody. And our theme is, we always say, I'm Miss South Carolina, I'm someone to look up to.
That's tremendous.
And that's been very, 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 very helpful for us.
And rightfully so. Joe, I'm sorry we've run out of time.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to a little more with Joe Sanders, the President and CEO of the Miss South Carolina organization. Coming up next. Within a 100-day span, in the same year, within a 100-day span, May of 1960 and August of 1960, he finds a true passion, something he's passionate about, he commits his life to, and a woman he's passionate about, he commits his life to. It's tough to imagine him living without either one, the Miss South Carolina organization or the special Miss Gail Sanders, for the amazing impact they've both had on his life and the impact that Joe and his son and his entire family continues to give to the Miss South Carolina organization, all of its volunteers, its contestants, and their amazing, amazing supporters. Year after year, Joe Sanders, making a difference every day.
Thank you.
Thanks for everything you do.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that was a special one, sir.